What's going on, people? It's your boy yaks, and welcome to another episode of Flight on the Wall Perspective.
Hi everyone, welcome back. That's your girl Sharon to another episode.
Breaking news, everybody. Julian Assange has been released from Belmarsh prison and is on his way to Australia, his home country. This is just totally out of the blue, unexpected. And shout out to one of our subscribers, Angie, who was the one that actually informed me of this. So I was just on YouTube scrolling, and I just see a comment from Angie. So
Thanks, Angie.
I just got on the phone to Sharon. I'm like, Sharon, he's been released. Yeah, wow.
I know, it's actually amazing considering actually everything that he's been going through and how much of a massive impact like his case has had on us as well, just as individuals, just as people who care about it. It's really nice to know that he's been released. He's not quite yet there, but he's on his way home, which is cool.
No, absolutely. It's crazy because there's so many people out there who are unaware of Julian Assange, what he's been going through. So I speak to people like expecting them to know about him and know about the situation, but there's a lot of people out here who's just so oblivious to Julian Assange. It's absolutely crazy. So last month in May, we done a video on Julian Assange winning his appeal against his extradition to the United States for exposing military secrets. And Sharon, who was a bit apprehensive about Julian Assange, let's say, to say the least, you know. Well, to be honest, I always thought, he had a chance, a small chance at the end of the day. Because do you know why? I think just because the world is watching.
Do you think? Is that what you're so confident that
just because of how high profile his case is, and like, was we actually gonna witness like the execution of like somebody so famous like on the world stage like that? I mean, we know how powerful America are on a global stage, to say the least, about them. But there was this voice inside my head that was like, okay, if they're gonna do it, let's actually see. Like, go on, let's see if you're actually gonna follow through with this. Because there's gonna be, again, like I said, the whole world is watching, and what are laws for? Laws have to be respected. At the end of the day, the people who make the rules break the rules. That's the world that we live in, for sure. I don't think that's up for dispute. But you know what I mean? But obviously diplomacy is what we're talking about. So yeah, I always, had a glimmer of hope.
It's not that I didn't also believe in Julian Assange. It's actually I believe that the system was so corrupt and so broken that he wouldn't be able to get out of this. So I'm actually really, really proud and happy to know that actually there is some semblance of like law and fairness and justice. Actually, the justice system can prevail. So this is not just an exciting win for Julian Assange and his family, and obviously for freedom of speech, but it's also a great day for the recognition of like law, Yeah.
Yeah, democracy, which I believe is still an illusion. And we've had the Pope advocating for Julian Assange. We had obviously the president of Brazil, the Silva. Yeah, he's probably better known as Lula. He's got a really long Portuguese name. You know what I mean? But man of the people, selected by the people, and obviously everybody all around the world. So It was all eyes on America.
Okay.
Yeah, and his health has been like people have to remember the conditions that this guy was in. He's been in prison for almost 6 years now, and he hasn't been treated like your ordinary prisoner who gets sent to segregation. You know, for something that's happened on a wing, for whatever reason, or people want to intentionally go to segregation. Obviously, in the UK we call it the block. On the roads we call it the block. So, he was his rights were totally taken away from him. He wasn't allowed to um, associate with other fellow prisoners in general population, and he was literally in a small cell, banged up for almost 24 hours a day for 6 years.
And prior to that, as well, he spent 7 years in the Ecuadorian
Exactly.
um,
Embassy.
embassy. So that was essentially like house arrest. If you think about it, he wasn't allowed to leave the Ecuadorian embassy. Do you get what I mean? He didn't leave because for fear of being like
Yeah, the Swedish government
extradited.
were onto him as well.
Do you see what I mean? So like he's really been incarcerated in some way or another for the last 12 years. That's wild. That's wild.
Like the mental fortitude you have to have for that. But I also think him, like knowing that he has so much support and so much people rooting for him out there, is gonna keep you strong in those kind of times. You know. So on Monday he left Belmarsh prison, and he has agreed a plea deal about the Dutch Justice Department, aka America, have given him.
Okay.
So he's on his way. He might have arrived there by now. Literally, that the news broke out today, and yes, he has to go to what's the name? Bloody slipped my mind. Northern Mariana Island, which will see him plead guilty to one charge under the Espionage Act.
Okay, so he's pleading guilty to that.
Yes,
Okay.
absurd.
I know. But obviously he had to strike some type of deal for him to be able
Sorry.
to like sorry. He had to strike a deal for him to be able to get away, like to leave Belmarsh. So I respect him. Hay fever out here.
Oh yeah,
Live and direct.
please excuse me. Shout out to my people enjoying hay fever through the summer, man.
Yeah.
I see you. So yeah, obviously this plea deal comes with some terms and conditions, and he has spent basically the time that they were going to give him on a plea deal. So that time has been spent pretty much. So it would all come out to like him doing a number of years, just over like 5 years in prison. So yeah, he basically won't have to do it, but it still has to get approved by another judge. He must be sick of judges, this guy.
So wild. I'd be sick of judges as well.
So yeah, this is a big victory for obviously Julian Assange and his family. First of all, his wife. Shout out to his wife. She's been going hard for him, and his brother as well. He's been over in Washington, protesting on his behalf, for years. So yeah, no, I generally felt really, really good when I heard this news. I was excited, and it was just out of the blue. So yeah, we'll be interested to see what is on the horizon for Julian Assange now. If he'll still go back into the same job, or if he's gonna go down a different career path, But obviously, he seems like a very resilient and strong person. So, power to the people, man. Shout out Julian Assange. Oh shit, sorry. We're outside today, new waters.
Enjoying the sun.
So, like, forgive us,
but also bringing you news like in a more like regular way. We want to be like outside, up to date, current. This news has just broken today. This is something that everyone should be knowing about because of the impact of Julian Assange's trial and the outcome is like it's really important to everybody currently. So this is a massive day and a great day to actually celebrate. I'm gonna have like a little drink and a toast to him because honestly, like, yeah, it's an incredible achievement.
Absolutely. And today is England's third group game for the Euros against Slovenia. So if England win, so I like this.
He's
Okay,
always on 10.
Everyone's hanging tomorrow for the whole day. Hangover season, yakking season.
I know, basically, Julian Assange and England celebration.
No, we shall see.
So yeah,
Thank you for tuning in. It's your boy B Yaks.
share, like, and subscribe. Please comment below. Let us
Yep.
know what you think as well.
Definitely.
Over and out.
Peace.